Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited, as it's Friday, and that means tonight was Friday Night Smackdown. As far as tonight's Friday Night Smackdown does go, I thought tonight was a really good show. It was very enjoyable, and just like Monday Night Raw, it was mainly all King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring build, which has actually been going on really well. I think that they've been doing a good job with the matches for King and Queen of the Ring. Now, I do have to say that we got a lot of shorter matches tonight on SmackDown compared to Raw, but that's because Raw's a 3-hour show, tonight's a 2-hour show. So I would have done maybe less first round matches on the actual show to give some matches longer time. Instead of, like on Monday, you got a couple long matches in the tournament. Tonight, you got, I don't know the times exactly, but they felt a lot shorter than the matches we saw on Monday in both the King and Queen of the Ring. So that'd be the only knock I'd give, is maybe you could have done one or two less matches tonight and then had just a couple more from the SmackDown side on the live events this weekend to build up those live events as well. And so, other than that, though, I thought the night SmackDown was really good. We got some build for the King and Queen of the Ring pay-per-view. Like, what the heck? Logan Paul? Cody Rhodes? Champion versus champion, but only one title on the line? Huh? We'll talk about that. But that I'm a little confused as why are they doing that match? But as I heard yesterday, Logan Paul's in consideration to challenge Cody. And I'm like, yeah, right. No, I don't believe that. And then I heard it again today. Hey, looks like Logan Paul is going to be the challenger for Cody in Saudi. And then like an hour before the show goes on the air, WrestleVotes teases Logan Paul. Cody's going to have a prime time opponent or whatever. And I'm like, no, it's not. They're not really doing it. And they did it. There was word going around yesterday that this was the plan, and they stuck with it. And I was like, I didn't believe it when I heard it yesterday. And then boom, bang, bing, bang, bo. They did it today, and I was just like, no way. Match is probably going to be really, really good. But it's like, Now, here's my thing. If Logan and Roman were as good as it was a year ago at Crown Jewel, I think Logan and Cody could be even better. So if Logan had that good of a match with Roman, I think his match with Cody can be even better. I mean, we saw Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles this past weekend. Dave Meltzer gave it 5 stars. I gave it 5 stars. I said that was one of the best matches of the year. And so we'll see what he can do with Logan Paul in Saudi Arabia. I think the match itself can be really good, but it's just like, why? Why are we doing this match? There's no reason at all. And as I'll get into here momentarily, the segment wasn't all that great either. But hey, they're going to do what they're going to do. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of 2 different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get 1 free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I'd greatly appreciate it if you did right here for Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember to go help us over on YouTube as well. Hit the subscribe button. That way you know when we post new videos. That way you know when we go live. And that way you know when we post to the community tab. Hit that join button to become a channel member. Becoming a channel member is a great way to support the channel, even if you're only doing it at the $1 tier. We highly appreciate that. Whether you're donating at the $1 tier on YouTube as a member, maybe over on patreon.com/PWU Unlimited over there as well. And then remember, if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, you could do so by donating a super chat in the live chat. And finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game like Hades 2, an older game like Ghost of Tsushima, or you're claiming the free games. Maybe you're getting those free games, Circus Electrique or Firestone free offer. Use this code right here, PW Unlimited at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. They got a bunch of new stuff in Fortnite as well. You can get Star Wars stuff for all versions of Fortnite. They've got new Lighthouse Lego kits for Lego Fortnite. Billie Eilish is in Fortnite Festival, and when you're getting any of that, use this code right here, PWUNLIMITED, whether you're getting it on your PlayStation, your Xbox, your Nintendo Switch, your mobile device, or your PC through the Epic Game Store. Use our code to support us, as many have in the past and continue to do. Greatly appreciate that support as well. And it doesn't cost you anything extra to type in this code. That's code PW Unlimited for all Epic Games and Epic Game Store purchases. As far as Smackdown does go, we get a video recapping Backlash from last week to open up the show. Corey Graves then runs down the brackets for both the King and Queen of the Ring. Graves then threw it to SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis. He was in the ring and he introduces the undisputed WWE Champion, Cody Rhodes. Cody makes his entrance. Great reaction from the crowd as they're chanting for Cody, and he's just soaking it in. Aldis congratulates him on his big win at Backlash. Aldis said that they must turn their attention to King and Queen of the Ring and that PLE. Aldis said that Cody wants to be a fighting champion, and because of that, Aldis has determined his next challenger. All of a sudden, Nick Aldis, brings out the United States champion, Logan Paul. Paul walks down to the ring. Paul grabs a microphone, and Cody said he thought he knew what Paul wanted to talk about. Paul said that he wants this match to be champion versus champion at the PLE to quote unquote truly kick off the Paul Levesque era. The crowd chanted Logan sucks. Cody said that he liked the challenge from Paul, and Paul then cut Cody off and said Cody off as Cody was talking and said that, he's the longest reigning champion in WWE right now. And so he's better than Cody Rhodes. And I'm like, I get where you're coming from, guy, but it doesn't really make sense to say you're better than Cody because you've held your title longer, because Cody just recently won his belt. So it's like, yeah, I'm the longest reigning champion. Okay, cool. You haven't lost your belt in however long. Well, Cody just got his month ago. Where was I? Paul says that he's the greatest attraction that this company has right now, and said that he was the superstar. Paul then said happy birthday to a kid in the crowd with a sign. Paul then talked about how everyone remembered Paul's spot with Ricochet at the Royal Rumble. Well, Cody ended up winning. And then I think they were chanting Prime sucks, and it flustered Logan for a second. And so he just started rattling off all of Prime's, not specs, but the facts of Prime, or whatever you want to say. He's he says, I have a Prime bottle right here. He says, I didn't write it down, but he basically says, no, they're not on here. The ones that he rattled off, because he rattled off a bunch. He's like, Prime has only got 20 calories and 0 grams of sugar and 10 milligrams of sodium, 5 carbohydrates. And I'm just like, okay, you think you gotta support Prime right now just because they're chanting Prime sucks? Whatever. I don't know what happened there, but he kind of got flustered and then thought he had to defend his product. Whatever. Okay, cool. Then he starts bringing up, he's like, 3 years ago at WrestleMania, and that's when he got flustered, and he comes back and goes, 3 years ago at WrestleMania, we both made our debuts. And I'm like, well, technically, Cody was around a lot longer than that. He was just gone for 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 5, 6 years. He's like, we debuted at the same time, but I had the greatest rookie year of anyone ever. And I go, really? Cody had a pretty good rookie year, too. I mean, Cody won tag team championships with Bob Holly his rookie year. Anyways, Paul asked Cody how he could finish the story without taking on Logan, the best there is right now. Paul said he would knock Cody out in the ring on top of his Prime logo and pin him at Saudi Arabia to become the WWE Undisputed Champion. Cody responds by calling Paul a dumbass. Cody said that he wasn't going to call Paul an influencer, a podcaster, or even anything else like that. Instead, Cody put Paul over as a skilled professional wrestler. And the fact that he won the U.S. title this early in his career was big. Cody said that he also wants the U.S. title. And if Cody wins the U.S. title, he will become a Grand Slam champion. So Cody's here talking about how both titles on the line. But then later on, when they're running down what we're going to get next week, literally Corey Graves says, next week we're going to have a contract signing for the WWE Undisputed Championship match at King and Queen of the Ring. So is the U.S. title not on the line? Because Cody sent out a tweet during SmackDown that also just said 2 belts. So is the U.S. title not on the line? That's where I'm a little confused. Excuse me. I don't know if the U.S. title's on the line because Cody kept talking like it was. Cody then sends out the 2 belts tweet. But then Corey Graves says the contract signing is only for a undisputed WWE Championship match. So I don't really fully, have they told us? Let me see if they tweeted anything or posted anything on their website really fast. Give me a second. Let's go to WWE.com first and see what they've. It just says Rhodes will battle Paul at King and Queen of the Ring. I don't see a graphic yet. Let me go to the actual King and Queen of the Ring page. Yeah, no. Oh, wait. Ooh, here we go. It just says, so I'm going to read this. Let me finish this really fast. So Cody called Paul disrespectful, delusional, and self-conceited, or self-centered. Cody then said at King and Queen of the Ring, Paul will find out where Paul stands in the WWE. Cody's music hits, and the 2 champions held up their belts to make you think both titles are on the line. But I haven't read this yet. I'm going to read this with you guys. Actually, let's pull it up on the screen. Let me pull this up on the screen. This is WWE's description from their website of this match. Let's grab this here. This says, undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes versus undisputed champion or United States champion Logan Paul. At WWE King and Queen of the Ring, undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes will go to war against United States champion Logan Paul in a champion versus champion match. After heroically finishing his story by conquering Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, Rhodes immediately solidified his reign as a hard-fought title win over AJ Styles at Backlash France. Upon his return to SmackDown, he didn't have to wait long to see who he would tangle with next, as SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis informed the American Nightmare he would square off against Paul in Saudi Arabia. Rhodes stands at the top of the mountain, the standard bearer to a whole new era of WWE. The social media sensation, however, has claimed that he is the reason for WWE's recent success and that it has nothing to do with Rhodes. Now title holder will battle title holder to see which one of those things is true. Don't miss WWE King and Queen of the Ring, blah, 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 blah. So they don't state if either title's on the line here. Because when you go to let me see. That one doesn't have anything. Try to see the other title matches that the graphic doesn't say anything, but they do say in the description title on the line. Okay, hold on. Let me see this. Okay, so yeah. I don't know if either, one, both is on the line. So we'll see, but it will be Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul at King and Queen of the Ring. Again, we just don't know. We don't know what title, if either or both, are going to be defended on the show. Because again, they made it seem like both. But then when Corey Graves did this thing later, he's like, next week we're going to have a contract signing for the undisputed WWE Championship match at King and Queen in the Ring in Saudi Arabia. And I'm like, oh, okay then. So if we find out more, we'll let you guys know more. Excuse me. So moving forward, AJ Styles is interviewed backstage for his King of the Ring opening round match against Randy Orton. Styles says that he had Cody Rhodes beaten at Backlash, but, well, he was distracted. Styles said that it should be Styles versus Logan Paul at Saudi Arabia. Styles said the next time he meets Cody, he will beat him because he'll be winning the King of the Ring tournament, and then set his sights back on the champ. So is the winner of King of the Ring getting a title shot? We don't know. Sometimes they've gotten stuff. Sometimes they haven't gotten stuff. We'll just see. As we move forward, we had our first Queen of the Ring match tonight. This was Nia Jax versus Naomi. The match went 10 minutes. So Jax had the early control and threw Nia or Naomi around. Jax hit a splash and an elbow. With Naomi in the corner, Jax ran at Naomi, but Naomi moved, and the match turned around with Jax running into the ring post. Naomi then landed a suicide dive on Jax, who was on the outside, of course. Jax then bounced back with a Samoan drop on the outside, and the show went to our first commercial break. Back from the break, Jax had control and draped Naomi over the top rope. Jax then headbutted Naomi to the outside. Naomi eventually went for a sunset flip in the ring, and Jax tried to sit on Naomi, but Naomi moved, and things kind of turned around. Naomi tried to go for a clothesline and a back elbow, but it was modified into like a disaster kick that took Jax off her feet to her knees. Naomi then planted Jax on the apron and landed a split leg moonsault for a very close near fall. Naomi then hit a leaping elbow and lifted Jax onto the top rope. Naomi then went to the top rope and landed a top rope Frankensteiner for another near fall. Naomi then hit a series of super kicks until Jax, caught Naomi and powerbombed her. Jax then executed a leg drop, followed it up with the Annihilator, and pinned her to advance in the tournament. So Naomi loses tonight, and Nia Jax advances in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Go to the back, and Byron Saxton interviews Baron Corbin. He welcomes him back to SmackDown after going to NXT for a little while. Corbin talked about how he found himself in NXT, as last time he was on SmackDown, he's kind of lost and just going through the motions, basically. Corbin said that he got drafted, and it felt really nice to be drafted back to SmackDown when Carmelo Hayes would walk up. Carmelo Hayes was like, well, hold on. You got drafted? Yeah, but where? Where'd you get drafted? Because you know where I got drafted. He tries to give Corbin some advice ahead of their match and basically goes, I'm going to take you out because he says something about like the guy that tried to give me advice didn't even make it into the tournament or this. He makes a jab at Bobby Lashley, and I go, wait, what? Is Carmelo supposed to be a heel? Carmelo Hayes came off a little heel here tonight. At least with his promo, talk crap on Bobby for having to get pulled from the tournament. So this was weird. But yeah, regardless, Carmelo versus Corbin was next after we had a DIY video hyping DIY up. I would love to see DIY challenge for them SmackDown tag titles. Rewind it. I would love to see DIY challenge for those WWE tag team titles. So speaking of Carmelo Hayes versus Baron Corbin, the match goes 6.5 minutes, and it's all right. Not a bad match. Poor Corbin, though. Like, oh, Corbin just got, yeah. Are we back to just bum-ass Corbin? Like, he wasn't the bum-ass character, but it was just like, yeah, they didn't do Corbin any favors in this match. They really put over Carmelo Hayes, and I guess that was the plan. So Hayes initially jumped out to a quick little advantage here, landing a drop kick to Corbin's knee and then slapping Corbin. But Corbin got angry, landed a couple of strikes, and took Hayes down. With Hayes down on the outside, the show went to a commercial break. The show then returned, and Hayes landed a springboard clothesline and a facebuster for a 2. Corbin came back with a Death Valley driver and a vertical suplex for a 2. Ultimately, Hayes hit the first 48, went to the top, and Corbin moved out of the way and clotheslined the hell out of Hayes. Corbin then landed a suplex cutter and got a 2 off of it, but then Corbin went for the end of days. Hayes rolled through out of it, and Corbin was pinned for the victory. So Carmelo Hayes, it advances in the King of the Ring tournament. The first man on the SmackDown side to actually advance. The Braxton's in the back interviewing the WWE Women's Champion Bayley. Bayley said that there were a lot of talented women in the Queen of the Ring tournament. Bayley was then cut off by Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Green said that Niven was going to take out and kick Jade Cargill out of this tournament. Cargill, meanwhile, was shown walking backstage, and we saw what happened there. Randy Orton was interviewed about his upcoming match with AJ Styles. Byron Saxton did the interview. Orton said that he has accomplished a lot during his tenure here in WWE, but he hasn't accomplished being King of the Ring. Orton said that Styles is great, but it will feel phenomenal to hit an RKO on him later. Orton then talked about how Tama Tonga is in the tournament, and he said that he hasn't forgotten how he and the Bloodline took out his friend Kevin Owens. Orton said that when he crosses paths again with Tama Tonga, it won't be good, and it'll be it'll be kind of out of nowhere for Tama Tonga, basically insinuating the next time he sees Tama Tonga, he wants to hit him with an RKO. So we got Jade Cargill versus Piper Niven. Match went longer than I expected. It went almost 5.5 minutes. It's like 5:20 or so. And I'm like, oh, This is the most you've ever seen Jade do in a WWE ring, which wasn't actually half bad. So the two locked up early and jaw-jacked at each other, or actually quite a bit. They then traded shoulder blocks. They kept it simple. They traded shoulder blocks, but neither wrestler really moved, and they played it up like both women are big, strong, tough, and indestructible. Eventually, though, Cargill took Niven down with a shoulder block, but Niven came right back up and basically no-selled it, caught Cargill, and slammed her before hitting a senton for a 2. With Cargill draped over the second rope, Green then slapped her while the referee wasn't looking. Niven then slammed Cargill and hit a short arm clothesline. Niven did it again. Niven went for a third, and Cargill blocked it and landed an impressive blue thunder bomb for a 2. Cargill then hit a series of splashes in the corner and punched Green, who jumped up on the apron again. Cargill then teased Jaded, but Niven blocked it and knocked Cargill down into the corner before hitting a stiff-looking cannonball. Like, Piper runs at Jade, and then at the last second does the flip for the cannonball, and you just see her, boom, hard into Jade. Like, Jade gonna get one today. But then, well, not much came of it. Jade kicks out at 2. Niven tried to climb to the top rope. Jade cut her off. Pump kick. Barely got the Jaded. And then pinned her 1, 2, 3. So Jade advances in the Queen of the Ring tournament. It's going to be Jade versus Nia Jax in the next round. Actually, next week on SmackDown. So it's like the whole match, when she couldn't get the Jaded at first, you just got Corey Graves. Can she actually hit the Jaded on Piper? Can she get Piper up for the Jaded? She got her up, but it's not like in the past where it's like she gets her up, holds her there, maybe walks around for a second. It was more like a, you're up and you're down. Still impressive. Not knocking it or anything. Still very impressive of Jade to get that Jaded on Piper Niven. Jade is a beast. Jade's a beast. So Jade wins. Jade kind of celebrates for a second, walks up the ramp, and as she's walking up the ramp, she signs a fan art of herself, and then Bianca Belair's music hits. To kind of meet, the women's tag team champions, so no like animosity or anything there. They're just like, yeah, you go girl, get him. And so we get Bianca Belair versus Candice LeRae. Poor Candice. This match goes not even 3 minutes. There's nothing to this. Candice just got destroyed, basically. Like, Candice worked over the knee of Bianca, but it's like, how much can you really work over the knee and make it seem like Bianca fought back from the dead in a 3-minute match, if that? James. Yes, James Beasley. Thank you for reminding me about that. So Alicia Taylor is the new ring announcer for Friday Night SmackDown. I'm going to preface before I say anything else. I like her. I think she is great, but I prefer Mike Rome. I think within the WWE and their ring announcers, Samantha Irvin is the best, but I prefer Mike Rome over Alicia Taylor. Just going to say it. My preference, my personal preference. Maybe others like her better than Mike Rome. I don't know. It's all what you like and don't like, and I'm not saying I don't like Alicia Taylor. I think she is great, but I like Mike Rome better. I prefer Mike Rome doing SmackDown. Just gonna say it. That's just my preference. Again, no knock on Alicia. I think she's great, but I prefer Mike Rome. Again, if I'm ranking WWE ring announcers, Samantha Irvin, Mike Rome, Alicia Taylor. And that's not no knock on anybody. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you prefer? Or how would you rank the 3 WWE ring announcers? As far as this third Queen of the Ring match with Naomi, my notes scrolled up and it said Naomi, so I said Naomi. I read Naomi, it said Naomi, boom, my brain said Naomi. Anyways, Bianca, and Candice LeRae. Not much to this. Belair had control early, despite Indy Hartwell attempting to interfere. LeRae then targeted Belair's knee and spent the middle portion of the match, which was really like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, 50 seconds, working over the knee. Belair then fired up, sold the knee well, hit a follow-away slam. Belair tried a vertical suplex, but her knee gave out. LeRae then worked over a chop block again. And then, one knee. Bianca still beat her, grabbed her, KOD, 1, 2, 3, picked up the win. Bianca Belair advances in the Queen of the Ring tournament and will face the winner of, I think it's who is it? Give me 1 second. I forget who it is. It's Tiffany Stratton and I didn't see who her opponent's going to be. Who's Tiffany facing? Let me know. I didn't see that. I got it right here, though. It'll be Tiffany Stratton. Versus Michin. Tiffany Stratton versus Michin. The winner of that will face Bianca Belair next week. As we move forward, Paul Heyman is backstage with Solo Sikoa on the Bloodline. Excuse me. And Solo's like, so you haven't spoken to Roman, really? You know, pulling Roman out of the draft hurt us from being drafted number 1, and we got drafted in the 3rd round. You messed that up for us, Paul. He's like, you say you haven't spoken to Roman. Well, I have. Roman Reigns told me, in his absence, I am in charge. And that means that you are my wise man. And Heyman's just like, what? You say, what? Huh? Eyes wide open, like, you spoke to Roman? Uh-oh. And so it was just like, yeah, I spoke to Roman. Bring it in, wise man. Bring it in. And he hugs Paul Heyman, and he just goes, I love you, wise man. Why do I feel like he's going to take out Paul Heyman? He's going to destroy the wise man. I don't know why, but I feel like Paul Heyman is getting beat up somehow, some way. I don't know. But something's going to happen to Paul, which is weird to think. We then got an Andrade vignette teasing, Andrade. And this then led to, speaking of the Bloodline, Tama Tonga taking on Angelo Dawkins in a King of the Ring match. Remember, Dawkins is replacing the injured Bobby Lashley. So this match itself only goes about 2 minutes. They made Tama Tonga look really strong here. Did Dawkins no favors, though. Tonga jump-started this match with a lot of speed and aggression, and he attacks Dawkins right in the corner. Tonga then ran at Dawkins, but Dawkins moved and hit Tonga with a fury of clotheslines, punches, and bunches, actually, and then a flying elbow. There's a lot of interference. Well, not a lot of interference, but a lot of, like, the guys on the outside doing stuff. Again, this match only went 2 minutes, but a lot happened. Dawkins then hit a shoulder block and took Tama to the outside. Dawkins then punched Solo Sikoa, who jumped up on the apron before Montez Ford hit a big old dive onto the Bloodline at ringside. Dawkins then slammed Tama Tonga before Sikoa hit a Samoan spike on Ford on the outside. The distraction hurt Dawkins, and it was enough for Tama Tonga to hit his finisher, which is like a flatliner or like a reverse zigzag kind of deal. And then he pinned Dawkins to pick up the victory. After the match, Solo Sikoa jumped in the ring, gave Dawkins the Samoan spike, and the Bloodline left. So, I say right now, just like Carl Anderson ain't doing no stun gun, Tama Tonga ain't doing no stun gun because the stun gun is just an RKO. So they got to get a new finisher for Tama Tonga, and it's basically just a reverse zigzag. You know how the zigzag is? Dolph Ziggler runs up from behind, wraps his arm around your neck, and just pulls you down and slams your head, crashes down on the floor. Basically what Tama Tonga's new move is. He runs right up to his opponent, jumps up, grabs him, pulls him in, boom, face first down on the mat. So a reverse zigzag, some call it a flatliner, and there we go. We haven't seen anything from Tangaloa yet. I know Tangaloa's got some messed up knees, so I don't know how much he's going to be wrestling. Tama Tonga is freaking amazing. I love Tama Tonga, and I kind of hope the Smackdown side of things does come down to Tama Tonga versus Randy Orton, because we know Randy Orton in advance beat AJ Styles, which I didn't think was going to happen. But now that I see this, like, wait. Give me Randy Orton versus Tama Tonga in the SmackDown finals. Oh, boy. We'll learn the next week. We got a contract signing, Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul. We got 2 more matches in the King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring tournament, as far as the King of the Ring does go. We don't know that Randy Orton will be taking on Carmelo Hayes, and Tama Tonga will take on the winner of LA Knight versus Santos Escobar. We also do know that we will be getting Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax, and Bianca Belair will take on the winner of Michin and Tiffany Stratton. Those 5 things, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5 things have been announced for next week's Friday Night SmackDown. Then we go on to our main event. This got time. I will say, this match did get time. It went 17 minutes. It was Randy Orton and AJ Styles. And this was a freaking great main event on SmackDown. This was what a main event on TV should be, if not even like a big pay-per-view style match. Because this match would have held up on just about any pay-per-view. Now, I wouldn't give it 5 stars like AJ and Cody, but it's 4. I would say it's up there with like a 4-star match for sure. And maybe, you know, with the commercial breaks and everything, that's pulled me out a little bit why I wouldn't give it 5. Maybe uninterrupted on a pay-per-view, this would be a 5-star match. But I really, really enjoyed this match with Randy Orton and AJ Styles. I thought they worked chef's kiss. Crowd was hot for this one. They sang Randy Orton's music just like the crowd did in France. And where were they tonight? Where was SmackDown tonight? Because Corey Graves made a joke about the crowd. Let me see. Can I figure this out really fast? Where was SmackDown tonight? I don't know. Oh, they're gonna be next week, Jacksonville, Florida. If you know in the live chat, let me know, because Corey Graves made a joke about the live crowd. He's like, they're singing Randy Orton's song like in France, even here in blah, blah, blah. Saying like even this podunk town is gonna be able to sing his song well or something like that. I can't remember where they were though. But the crowd was hot for Randy Orton. They sang his song, Wilkes-Barre, PA. Thank you, Howie. He's like, yeah, because Corey Graves is like, this crowd even here in Wilkes-Barre, PA, or Wilkes-Barre. He's even singing Randy Orton's song like the crowd in France or something like that. But he made a knock on the city. Anyways, they chanted for Randy Orton early after they stopped singing his song. Orton clotheslined Styles to the floor and posed on the second ropes early on as the show went to a commercial break, about 90 seconds in, maybe 2 minutes in. Back from the break, Orton was punching Styles repeatedly. Styles got a bit of a wind of him and landed a pair of sliding elbows and knees. Orton was on the outside of the ring and Styles went out there with him. Orton then responded by dropping Styles on the guardrail. Orton then dropped Styles on the announce table as well. Orton then, did it again and then bowed to the crowd. I thought that was funny. Back in the ring, Styles went to work on Orton's knee with a drop kick and a chop block. Orton then rolled to the outside, and Styles ran around the ring to land another running chop block on Orton's knee. The show went to its final commercial break of the night. When we came back, Styles was continuing his focus on Randy's knee. Styles was on the first rope, and Orton kicked Styles over the top rope to the floor. When Styles tried to return to the ring, Orton kicked him again. Orton at one point landed a series of clotheslines until Styles rolled up Orton and got a 2 off of it. Orton came back with a European uppercut, which took Styles to their apron. From there, Styles yanked Orton's knee over the second rope. Styles then set it for a phenomenal forearm, but Orton cut Styles off and knocked Styles off the top rope. Styles then worked a calf crusher on the leg of Orton and managed to turn it into a rear naked choke to get out of it. Or Orton managed to make it into a rear naked choke to get out of it. Orton then followed this up with a power slam and got a 2. One of them great Randy Orton power slams. Orton then placed Styles on the top rope, but Styles slipped out of whatever Orton was going to go for. I don't know what. And then Orton caught Styles with a draping DDT. Orton set it for an RKO, but Styles pushed Orton away. Styles then went for the phenomenal forearm and hit it this time, but Orton got his foot on the ropes to break the pin attempt. Styles then signaled to go for the Styles Clash. He's over there. He's ready, but Orton then pushes Styles away. Jumps up, hits an RKO, and pins AJ to pick up the victory. 1, 2, 3. And then just like on Monday, the Gunther match ends. Boom, they go off the air. This AJ match ends. Boom, they go off the air. They gave them to the last second to finish this match. They were just like, we're going to give you 17 minutes. You're going to go all that 17 minutes. And as soon as as soon as we give you that call, you're done. Basically is what it felt like. So, great show. Really good show. Had a lot of good tournament matches. I wouldn't say they were all great. I mean, Bianca and Candice was a nothing match. But regardless, really good Friday Night SmackDown. Super easy to watch. Flowed really well. Went really quick. And I liked it. I enjoyed tonight's show. But let's get this Twitch poll up really fast. What did you think of SmackDown? I liked it. It was all right. I didn't like it. If you are watching on Twitch, go vote. Let me know what you thought of the show while we check the other polls. Let's refresh these really fast. Got that one. We've got that one. Got that one. As far as the Threads poll does go, 67% thought the show was just all right, and 33% liked the show. Not many people voted, though. Just going to say that. I got that poll up kind of late. As far as the Twitter X poll does go, 67% liked the show, 29% thought it was just all right, and 3% didn't like it. Looking at the YouTube community poll, 78% liked the show, 16% thought it was just all right, and 6% didn't like it. Person called it an 8 out of 10 show. And then this person said, next week, AJ Styles will screw Randy Orton, then Tama Tonga comes out. Or this person's kind of fantasy booking. I don't know. I think Randy makes the finals of the SmackDown side of things to face Tama Tonga. Because next week, like I stated, it's going to be... Let me find that again really fast. AJ versus Carmelo, and then Tama Tonga versus either LA Knight or Santos Escobar. I assume it's going to be LA Knight. Look at the YouTube live poll. 77% liked the show. 16% thought it was just all right. And 7% didn't like it. Hey, Ballard said the QR code was right at the beginning. I didn't see the QR code because I actually missed the first 4 minutes because damn Fox Sports app wasn't letting me log in with my YouTube TV. And don't even get me started on dumb people who don't understand time zones. So, little lesson for everybody really quickly. As LA Knight would say, let me talk to you. So SmackDown, and this is for Raw and NXT, AEW Dynamite, Collision, any of those shows. So Raw, NXT, Collision, SmackDown, and Dynamite all air at 8 p.m. Whether that is 8 p.m. Eastern or 8 p.m. Pacific. Now, when you're on the West Coast, Pacific time, you go, man, I really don't want to wait till 8 p.m. to watch one of these wrestling shows because, well, I'm going to see all the spoilers on Twitter. I'm going to see all the spoilers on Facebook, Instagram, whatever. Well, if you have cable TV, that's not a problem. All you have to do is go either on your phone to the Fox Sports app, the USA Network app, the TNT, the TBS app, and say, hey, I have YouTube TV, I have Xfinity, I have whatever. Log in, and then they let you watch live. Fox and USA let you watch because they consider it sport, and so they let you watch it early under the sports tab. TNT and TBS give you both the East Coast and the West Coast feed. So at 5 o'clock, you can watch any of those shows. You don't have to wait 3 hours to watch it live in your area. You can watch it real live at 5 o'clock on the West Coast. There's some people online that don't understand. Some people online that just don't get that. So it's yeah, us people on the West Coast, we want to watch it live. Yes, we have to use the Fox Sports app. We have to use the Fox Sports website. We're not dumb people streaming the show. So, yeah. So for all you dumb people online that want to be like, why are you watching on an app anyways? Just get a cable. Well, I do have cable, and that cable provides me the opportunity to watch it early on the app. Dumb sons of guns. Anywho's, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited. YouTube.com/PW Unlimited. Podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. With that, we'll be back live for Monday Night Raw on Monday. So have a great weekend. Have a great Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And we'll see you next time